All right, Giles, coming on. All right. Cue Ron. Very good. Park your car. Park your car in the yard. Excellent. Well, here's our classic physique competitors on the screen right now. What link? Oh, okay. You don't see it on your end? It didn't come up on notifications? No. I think you're right on that one. And the stream just dropped.
So we should have that on screen momentarily, and give you some commentary as soon as we can.
Jen, I think they're saying there's
Can
no
you hear
audio.
us now, guys?
No sound. We only hear one person.
Hear anything?
You'll be hearing it in a minute. Let me know if you can hear it now.
How about now, guys? No sound, no sound. There's the sound. So
There we go.
Thanks for letting us. And who's on screen? But of course, we called him Ponytail Guy, but he's Craig Morton, good friend of.
Say it with me, guys. Live TV. I gotta love it.
Live TV or live YouTube. TV is kind of obsolete now. You guys all watch the YouTube.
Missed all my best jokes.
Don't worry, Giles will have more jokes. Guys, you had some great jokes in the chat during the judging. I got to give you guys credit. There's some clever, some of them are cruel. A lot of them were at the expense of Lionel Baeke, who was way out of shape, but they were clever. I got to give you props, guys. So this is Craig Morton from UK. Neil Curry, good friend of his. Neil was the one who let us know who this is, and he looks great. Again, I'd like to see a little more lower body development on him, but again, here's somebody I wasn't really on my radar, even though he did take 4th place at Arnold UK. He'll be top 5 again today, I'm sure. So we'll be hearing more and more of Craig Morton, and he's collecting points. The last time I looked at the qualifications for the Olympia, Classic Physique had something like 48 or 49 men already qualified for the Olympia.
Yep.
Yikes. That's a lot. That's going to be a crowded stage.
So when guys say they want to make top 10, that's quite an achievement.
What's this guy saying? Oh, absolutely. If you make top 10 out of 50,
Yep.
yeah, that is quite an achievement for sure.
That's like the old New York, sorry, Night of Champions, wasn't it? Where they used to have 40 plus guys and like 30 guys would be joint 16th.
Yeah, when Milos used to, he'll tell you, I think the one year he did it was a record. I think there was 48 or there was almost 50 men. And I won't have to say open because back then there was only bodybuilding. There wasn't 212 classic. It was, when you said you were going to see a contest, you were going to watch bodybuilding.
It was like 4 deep on the stage. And the thing is, if you were a short guy and you were unknown at the back, you might not get seen until the end. And then by then the judges usually made their decisions.
Craig Morton turned pro in Ireland not long ago. Thanks for that info. Is this Craig again? Or did I falsely accuse someone else of being Craig Morton a second ago?
No, that's him.
Is that not him?
That's him.
Two men with, yeah, this is Craig.
But,
I think, oh, that was him.
coming up is now
Looked like
Wesley Vissers.
Oh, they're definitely only letting a certain amount of guys pose, not everybody, for sure.
Top 5?
It's either, I'm guessing top 5 or top 6 because
Yeah.
there were 14 men in the show and they're jumping right down the line. Yeah.
Good poser,
Yes.
Wesley.
Okay, so here we go. Wesley Vissers, clear favorite to win this today. I don't see anybody taking Wesley Vissers out. And yet he does put a lot of Vintage Genetics is his company, clothing company, website, all that good stuff. And he really does harken back to the golden era of bodybuilding. Reminds me so much of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Turn pro, the primo, love from India. Yeah, what I like a lot about Wesley is not only does he hit all the great classic poses, he takes his time.
Yeah.
I don't like when people do pow, pow, pow. They don't hold their poses. If you're trying to take pictures of these people and they're going so fast you can't even get a good picture of each pose, that's a clear indication they're not holding their poses. But Wesley, nice and deliberate, lets you really appreciate. See there, that's a great Arnold shot with the
turn down fists side.
This one too. He definitely borrows a lot of his poses from the golden era, the 70s of bodybuilding. Guys like Arnold, Serge Dubray, Frank Zane even.
Yeah.
Beautiful front double bicep, pulling the vacuum.
The twisting shoulder.
Samir Bannout. Yeah. He is a master poser. Let's see. Joe Flynn. Wesley might not be the most complete and balanced by modern standards, but isn't that what classic bodybuilding was meant to be anyway? 70s, 80s, vintage flair. Is this an Olympic qualifier, Klaus Peter? Yeah. So everybody that wins their division today qualifies for the Olympia. Logan Franklin, Wesley looks great. Yeah, he's giving a fellow top pro, giving him his props.
He'll win.
Yeah, he'll win. And he's been missing from the Olympia for, actually, has he always been doing it? He just doesn't always do that well.
The stream
Yeah.
again.
Was he in it last year?
He's done the Olympia once or twice. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen him bring his best to the Olympia, though.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. A lot of guys look better at their qualifying shows. And then I guess sometimes it's the fact that there's so much time in between whenever they qualified. And then, yeah, we lost the stream there, guys. So this is the stream from Yamamoto Nutrition. They're doing a fantastic job and it's free. So I'm not going to complain too much. But, I'm going to check on their Instagram because it usually comes right back up. We lose the stream and then it comes right back up.
I got it.
Usually within like,
yep.
You got it? Yeah, it's already back. Luckily, we didn't miss all. Imagine if we miss all Wesley's routine. Oof.
I'm getting faster at putting them back up.
You really are. Yeah, you're getting, talk about a learning curve. You're really figuring this stuff out. Wesley has been in the last 3 Olympias back to back. Thank you, Ben Bukris Youssef, for letting us know that. And India, did Afroz Khan win? I missed the awards, Salman. Did your boy win, Afroz? Did he win?
I don't know who it was that won. I didn't get a good look at him.
There's the stream. It's back, guys. So John Madden, not the John Madden. We're using the stream from Yamamoto Nutrition. It drops out every now and then. But who won Open, Nadim? It's still going. It hasn't even had the finals.
You're going to see the results live.
Ron.
Yes, I'm right here.
Danny Arovo, he genuinely has Mark over Patrick. Do you agree?
Size and structurally, sure. Mark from the back, to me, I can't justify somebody in that condition winning.
Let's ask the chat.
Yeah, but it's not the first time we've seen. It's not the first time we've seen that this year, is it? We've seen it. Like I said, Keon, Akim, Brandon, Andrew Jack, the guys with superior structures you know, like Mark, who have a better structure than Patrick, are winning shows this year. That has been proven, what, 4 or 5 times this year. So potentially, with that being said, Mark could win today.
Well, Giles, don't get offended at this remark, but I'll say I won't have a heart attack if he wins. Put it that way. Well, Giles had a heart attack back in May, guys, for those who don't know, but he's doing much better now. He's got a, was it a baboon heart they put in, or the baboon, right?
Tiger heart.
Tiger heart. Well, yeah, that makes more sense.
Well, I had one before, but they just put a bigger one, an indestructible one there.
So we're looking at Christian Zagarella right now. So yeah, they definitely didn't let everybody pose. Christian to me looked like the clear runner-up to Wesley. Certainly not as massive as Wesley, but you know how many people are. Wesley's about 6'3". He's a very large individual. And one of his coaching clients is on the chat, Leon van der Bosch. Wesley, mine coach for 12 weeks now, and I make great progress. Yeah, so he's a good coach too. Yeah, a lot of the Dutch names have Van in there, some like Vanda, Vander. Yeah, pretty common. Yeah, it's a complicated country because, you know, my daughter years ago had a boyfriend. He was an exchange student from Netherlands, and I always called it's called Holland. It's also called the Netherlands, and then the people are called Dutch. How confusing, don't you think? Just got angered all the Dutch people out there, but yeah. And yeah, Christian looks great. I believe he's a very clear second place, very balanced physique, for sure. No weak body parts, everything flows, and definitely love the quad sweep on him. I wish he could give some of that quad sweep to Wesley, but you can't do that, guys. You can't give some of your body parts
here we
to
go
else.
with the finals.
Danny Arroyo says, I personally think Mark is not that off. Definitely not peeled, but I say his condition is better than Andrew's last week.
He got better though, didn't he? Mark got considerably better from when he came out to when he left off. It was a different guy.
He sharpened up a lot in the span of
looks
not
like
even
Craig
an hour.
Morton is in 5th place.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Okay, we got some results, guys.
2 top 5s in 2 weeks.
Wow, good for him.
If I'm wrong, please correct me. It's coming up now.
No. First guy to get his check and his award is usually 5th place.
There you go. Nice one.
Yeah.
Really good. Well done.
I know this judge's name. Why can't I think of it?
4th place winner is coming up next.
So Craig got 5th.
I'm not sure who this guy is, but he looks great regardless.
Yeah, the numbers didn't correspond to what we had on the sheets anyway, so that wouldn't help us out.
I think the tall guy, you referred to him as.
The tall guy. Ponytail guy, tall guy. The guy with the mole. It's terrible how we have to identify.
Good showing, though. He looks a little disappointed.
I don't know if I would have had this guy ahead of Craig. He looks a little narrow and
oh,
lanky.
wow. 3rd place. This is a shocker. Check it out. Coming up next.
Who's 3rd? Are you watching it live? Are you watching the Instagram channel, Jen?
Yes,
is that
I
why
am.
you're ahead of me? That explains everything. Somebody complained about this poor woman on stage saying she could have dressed up nicer. Come on, guys.
Oh, Zagarella 3rd. So the
Really?
Right?
2nd.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Wow, okay.
Wow, okay.
Zagarella. Zaganella, not Rella.
Zagarella.
Zagarella.
It is Zagarella with an R.
Bellissimo.
So I guess it's going to be Valerie Enchev in 2nd from Bulgaria.
I think you could be right.
I think he's beating Wesley. Come on now. Wesley Vissers.
Yeah. Wesley won.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic.
And he is thrilled.
Congratulations, Wesley. Why does he have Christian in his bio, but in his scorecards appears as Giuseppe? Oh, I don't know. I was talking about Zagarella.
Wesley.
His real name's probably Zagarella.
He deserves this. I'm so happy for him.
How much was that check? I don't know. I can't. You might want to do a screenshot and zoom in. It's probably euros or something anyway, right?
Wesley Visserella.
Charles, does France use the euro? They do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now you don't in the UK, am I right?
No, we do not.
Was that the whole Brexit thing? Was that what that was about?
Yeah. No. We've always been pound sterling. Even
Right,
when we were in the EU, we still kept the pound sterling. Southern Ireland has euros.
Gotcha. So Wesley, congratulations. 1st place. He is your Yamamoto Pro Cup France Classic Physique champion. He's going to the Olympia. And after that, maybe he's going to hit the casinos. We'll see. So here we go. Yeah. So congratulations, Wesley.
Oh, that's his kid.
Aw.
Fantastic. Oh, is that Wesley's son?
Yeah, yeah. I think he's got 2 now.
2. Well, congratulations. He's a dad.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think he's had a second one as well. So he's knocking out the babies as well.
Wow.
MVP, 50 cents. Someone said the check was only 50 cents. I think it's more than that. Let's be honest, if the award girl dressed up nice, nobody would notice the competitors, LOL. You know, with all the shows I go to, the awards girls have like little mini skirts and they're
Ron?
not. Yes.
What Joseph Flynn just said about having children, about Wesley having so many kids.
What do you say? Joseph Wesley's balls still work too. Let's go. I mean, Ronnie has 8 kids.
9 daughters.
Wow.
9 daughters. All daughters.
Yeah.
Wow. It's gotta be a record.
Yeah.
Oh, and he gets a sword too. Good Lord.
Nice.
Good for you.
How'd you get that back? How'd you get that back through security flying back home?
You have to wrap it up because I actually know the answer to this. I
Okay.
remember when, you know who Abner Logan is? He's a classic pro from my area of Massachusetts. He's from the South Shore area.
Yeah.
I was on the flight back from Tampa. I think he won Tampa. I was on the same flight home as him, and I saw him try to get it through security. Of course, they wouldn't let him. And I saw them take it aside, and they had to package it in something, and I think they checked it as luggage or something. But yeah,
I would just ship it home because I wouldn't want to travel with that because it looks a bit dodgy, doesn't it?
looking like Conan with that sword. Crom. Yeah, everyone's asking, can you get that sword on the plane? No, you can't bring swords on a plane.
No. There must be so many bodybuilders that travel in t-shirts and shorts, all still tanned up, traveling on planes with swords. I bet the security are like, oh, is there the guy on a bodybuilding show here now? He's got his sword. Come on, let's confiscate it.
Well, you know what? They didn't have security checks on airplanes until, I don't know, 30 years ago. So prior to that, you probably could have brought guns, knives, swords, bombs. You could have brought anything on a plane back then.
The good old days.
You could smoke. You could do anything on a plane back in the old days. Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, people still smoking on airplanes.
I remember smoking and non-smoking.
Yeah, like the smoke wasn't going to get to the other parts of the plane.
Yeah.
Like a smoking section of a restaurant. Guys, that wraps up the classic physique. So you know what's next? The big boys, open bodybuilding. I'm going to take a wild and crazy guess that Lionel Bankey will not get to pose. So sorry, guys. I'm guessing they're letting top 5 or 6 pose.
What's his next move then? What's Lionel's next move? I mean, I don't know where he goes from here. I hope that I'd like to see him maybe sharpen up and go do a show, but I'm losing hope here, mate. I've got to be honest.
He doesn't look to me like he's been training hard. I mean, he looks natural almost. I mean, I hate to use that as an insult, but he looks natty, smaller, so soft. To me, I wouldn't even attempt to come back this season.
I want to donate my bottle of testananthate to him, see if he wants it.
Okay. Well, it's not going to be enough for prep, but it's a good start.
Why shouldn't you fart in an Apple store? They don't have windows.
Someone wants to know who came.
Oh, nice one.
That's a very good one.
Oh my God.
That gets a yay.
Give this guy my job.
CH, that is a great one. Good job.
Give this guy our job, Ron. He's awesome.
I love the jokes on some of these. Second was someone wanted to know. Second place was Valerie Encha from Bulgaria. Third place was Christian Zagarella from Italy. Joseph Flynn, hopefully his next move is left foot and right foot forward on the Stairmaster. Ooh, that's another zinger. We're talking about Lionel.
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
Big boys coming out.
The blonde girl. JC says, I remember hitting a blunt while flying transatlantic from London back in the early 90s. You could smoke. You could even smoke weed on planes back then. Good Lord.
Like you said, the good old days.
Lionel needs to enter sumo wrestling. He's sponsored by KFC or McDonald's. Oh God, you guys are horrible. These are all the things I'm thinking, but I'm not going to say. Martin Zoti. All right, so here we go. It looks like they're going to do the confirmation round for open right now.
Ron, can I ask something?
Sure.
Is there something going on with Jamie's abs? Some blurriness or some bloatedness or something? What's going on?
They don't look as deep and clear as normal. I don't even want to speculate as to what the deal is. Milos, if you're listening, can you tell me what you think's going on?
Look at his back. Look at the size of Jamie's back.
Dude, he is enormous.
He looks like he's like jumbo jet wings.
Yeah, he's significantly wider than Patrick there, for sure.
Yeah. He's made significant improvements in his shoulders, arms, and back this year. in the last year working with Milos. I mean, he's made huge improvements.
Yeah, someone said, going back to classic, the crucifix pose of Zagarelli is amazing. I agree. Wesley has a lot of awesome poses too. I'm becoming more of a Jamie, no abs. Oof. I mean, yes.
They look blurry. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, especially the top row, which is usually for most guys the clearest row, and things kind of.
Is that cramp?
It might be. He might be.
Do you remember Samuel Haddad at the Arnold Classic Amateur one year, and his abs started like literally rolling up, and he had to keep stretching it out, and it cost him first place, I think, because he got third that year. And it literally rolled up and literally like stuck out, and he had to like stretch it out. It was a really weird thing to see.
Amy with that front lat spread, he owns that pose. Nobody beats him in that. That is ridiculous.
He's got copyright on
Marc
that.
Hector, though, improving a lot.
Oh, there's Marc. Yeah, we couldn't see Marc until just now. Marc is so thick and round.
Yeah.
Now, is that the way he hits the side chest, or is his chest a little bit lagging, Giles?
Who's this, sorry?
Talking about Marc Hector.
His shoulders overpower his chest, definitely.
Yeah. See, I also wish more of these guys would hit the side chest the old school way, where you lift up the rib cage like Arnold and Lou Ferrigno.
A lot of them don't. A lot of them, their shoulders overpower their chest, though, because in the 70s, everyone had a bigger chest and shoulders.
You're right. We actually, Jose Raymond and I on the show, the last show we did, where we were talking about the basics of mass gaining. I asked him, why does everyone have a worse chest now than they did in the 70s? And he said, no, they don't. It's the fact that everyone has way bigger shoulders and arms now than they did back then. Yeah. And it overpowers their chest.
It was all chest and arms, wasn't it? They didn't worry about back. They didn't worry so much about shoulders. Legs were like an afterthought. And now it's like, you know, none of them had glutes. None of them had ripped glutes, and then it all changed.
I'm surprised because it was all, you know, the legs weren't a huge priority back in those pumping iron days, but the shoulders really weren't either. None of them had the massive bowling ball delts that you see on these guys now. They've definitely stepped up their delt game. Marc would win this if he were not so dry. He needs more oil. I don't know if it's an oil issue.
I think he would look better with some oil on. Maybe he'd look at, because to me, like, he looks washed out from the front and the back.
Who else? This close, Patrick first, Marc second, Jamie third. Yeah, I think that's the way it's going to go. More characters mixed. The details on the side leg, those lines on Patrick are amazing. Remind me of Road.
Mark's getting annoyed.
Uh-oh. You know what Steve Weinberger would say if he was a front head judge? Look at Marc. He's like, damn it. Yeah, give me some space, dudes. Good.
Spread them out. Spread them out.
Weinberger, Steve would say, enough with the elbows, guys. Knock it off. And they would if they listened to him. Yeah, space. Give yourself some room, guys. Do you guys see Jamie winning? No. Yeah, Logan Franklin says we spoke about that multiple times as well, Ron. It's true. The priorities for body parts have definitely shifted over. You know, we're talking 40, 50 years ago. Of course, times and standards are going to change. But it's true. They trained their delts back then, but they didn't grow to the proportions we see today.
Look at Jamie and Marc. I mean, their delts are more superior to their chest, and they both got pretty good chests.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a ham drop wasn't even heard of in the 70s, was it?
Well, you know what? It really makes the dramatic shoulder development now. It makes for a more impressive overall silhouette, because you get this crazier V taper.
X-frame.
X-frame, yeah.
Yeah.
X-frame.
And also that, yeah.
Patrick needs to suck in his midsection during transition.
I do think Patrick needs more back, though. His lat spread is wanting for me, and I don't like the way he hits it either. He's rounding his shoulders. He's making himself look. He's making his lats look shallow.
Well, he's hunching forward a little bit, and that's a very, very common mistake in the rear lat. The rear lat, as far as I'm concerned, is the most incorrectly done pose by most people.
They put their elbows too far forward, don't they? They need to hold them back more and show the width.
It's because the instinct is you feel your lats come out a little bit more if you roll forward, but you actually lose a little bit of width looking at the person. But you don't. It's hard to tell unless you're practicing with one of those two-way mirrors, like a mirror in back of you and a mirror in front of you. Very hard to nail down that pose. I don't know, man. Marc might take this.
He's got the best structure there.
You know, I've seen stranger things happen. What season are they on Stranger Things? What do they wrap up? 5, Jen?
Yeah, they're going into season 5. That would be the last season.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, those kids are getting too old anyway.
There'll be 15 spin-offs.
Well, you know,
so.
the next one's supposed to take place in the 90s. because
Really?
apparently they're all going to be too old to be, the ages that they're depicting. So they're going to
Right.
basically catch them up.
Okay. That's a
Is
good
the
idea.
rumor,
I mean,
allegedly.
I believe that. That makes
Just in
more sense to me.
case. I'm saying allegedly.
So I think it's kind of anticlimactic the way they do this confirmation round, because then the routines follow that.
That's weird.
I think it should be the other way around. I think they should do the posing routine, then the confirmation round, then go into a pose down the awards.
100%.
But what do I know? I'm just,
I just wish Marc was sharper, because he would have won this clearly.
More people in the chat are saying Marc have to win. It says Bajo La Lupa, Notorious Devourer, Marc for the win. It's close. Now, Joseph Lynn says Marc's impinged scapula doesn't help him. Do you see that in his back shots?
I don't see it, but I'm just talking about Patrick. He looks like he's flattening out.
Yeah.
Jamie looks flat as well compared to how he looked last week. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, most guys do tend to fade as judging goes on and on. That's the natural course of action, but some guys do the opposite. They get tighter and tighter.
Yep.
Other guys flatten out, and I've seen people lose the show that they were probably winning in the space of 30, 40 minutes because they can't stay full. Dennis Wolf back in the day used to flatten out very quickly.
I was just about to say Dennis Wolf, 2010 Olympia. He came out at the start and my eyes were drawn to him. By the end, he just shrunk away to nothing. And that was in the space of like 20, 30 minutes. Incredible. Jay Cutler was the same. He would come out at the start looking incredible. And by the end, he said he used to have to eat a lot to try and keep himself full.
Well, that guy, both of them that you mentioned, Jay and Dennis, I remember they both had to carb up, in the final days leading up to shows on something like 1,000 or 1,500 grams of carbs. It took outrageous amounts of carbs to fill them up. So they clearly had a much faster metabolism than the average bear. That fell in the green trunks. Yeah.
All right. Coming up next, we're looking at individual posing routines.
Marc's structure not that superior to Patrick's. Should carry him over the condition in the first place. Come on, guys. What are you watching? Are you talking to me and Giles or everybody in general? Yeah. Well, everybody.
Marc has a much more superior structure. The shoulder to waist to Patrick, but Patrick's just drier, so it could go either way,
Now I'm thinking they are letting all the open guys pose, because I don't think this guy would be in the top 5 or 6 unless it's top 10.
I think Jamie came in better last week. He was fuller.
Bajo La Lupa, Marc is massive, have a pretty structure, great middle section, and a great X shadow.
True.
Who is this?
What's that? I think this is Muhammad wait a minute, I'm looking at classic. Osama Ashur from Egypt.
He looks good.
Yeah. I don't think he was top 5 though. I didn't remember him in that first call out, which is why if Lionel Bayaki's not next, then they're not letting everybody pose.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
So we're going to find out in a second. Patrick deserves it, but my eyes keep going to Marc. That's Dr.
Oh,
Evil.
man.
Joseph. Well, $100 million.
No, it was $1 million. At first, he asked for $1 million. Remember, or he was going to blow
Yeah,
the
we just lost the stream.
Yeah, and then $1 million, and they said, "Go on, then." Yeah. Oh.
If Marc was peeled, he'd take the cake.
Big time.
He might anyway. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out. Not long to find out, guys.
If Marc wins, then conditioning is no longer a thing in the Pro League. I'm telling you that now, because I'm telling you that's not. And I think that'll make it really interesting for the Olympia.
Yeah. I feel a long Facebook post from Giles coming if that happens. I'll tell you that.
All right.
I'll have a meltdown.
All right, guys, we're back. Jamie's on the screen.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's go. He wants to see me. Come on now. All right.
Come on, Jamie. Show us what you got.
Let's go, Jamie. Christian-Johal. I can't see him.
You will now.
Okay, let me press 1.7.
There we go. Nice one.
Okay, rotate left.
It's good.
There we go. Perfect. Thanks,
Thank
Jenny.
you.
Great job. Jamie the Giant, until a couple weeks ago, was the tallest pro bodybuilder in the world, but he's still pretty tall. I mean,
what do you think? Third?
Yeah, I give him a solid 3rd place for sure.
Yeah. Good placing. That's his highest placing yet. He's had a 4th. He's had 9th, 7th, 6th. Well, something like that. But he's gone from, top 3 guy now.
Now I assume he's just going to keep doing all these shows. He's doing Legion. Is he He should do Italy. Well, I don't know. I'm not going
I
to tell him
don't.
what to do.
When he did Italy the other week, and I said shut it down and go do Italy, he didn't respond to me. So obviously he was doing the All UK, and he's doing France, and he's doing the Legion. I think maybe I would imagine after Legion, especially with the transatlantic flight, surely he'll have had enough.
Well, I mean, he's trying to get to the Olympia, no doubt. So
yeah.
he's trying to accumulate enough points. I don't know where he is in the standings now. He'll be higher up after this.
Interesting to check, actually.
Looks like he walked off the wrong side of the stage.
Well, Vlad's off the top three now because the top 3 point standings, because he's obviously got the win in Italy.
That's right.
Theo is at the top of the points, I believe, and Mutsi, I think, is very high. So there's a space in that top 3 for the points. So for someone to really accumulate a lot now and jump up, I'd have to check the list.
Why is Jamie back? He did one more pose and he came back.
I think he went off the side of the stage that was out of the shot. He was still posing, but he was just going from side to side. But also want to mention in terms of points that Legion Sports Festival is a tier 3 qualifier. So second and third place will earn more points than they would usually.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah, because Chris Mins told me the other day that. He told me that. It's like tier 3, isn't it? Yeah.
MVP says it's not a condition contest. That's 100% accurate. It's a total package.
No.
Well, Giles, he's right, though. It's not a condition contest. Because it is.
All right, guys. Patrick Johnson coming up next.
Okay. So then they're not letting everyone pose. Okay, Patrick looking confident.
Like the early finishes with shows. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, what is it for you? It's 9:08 over there in France. It's 8:08 for you. 3:08 for here. And I know in the Philippines, it's like next week. So, okay, Patrick.
If conditioning didn't matter, Rami should be 7-time Mr. Olympia.
Ooh, that was a dig. This is the
That's
finals.
a very good point. That's a really good point. Yeah, I stand corrected.
For those, Janice Loto, this is live. This is happening right now. This is a stream from Yamamoto Nutrition on their Instagram that we're looking at. Did you hear about Steve Kukla retiring to start a family? This came from Stanimal. What? Retiring? No, I have not heard about Kukla retiring.
No way.
Possible Criso in Italy. Well, he's doing the amateur.
He's doing
if they let him do the pro show the next day, he should.
Marc Hector's doing Italy. James Hollinshead, Criso. So there's a really good top 3.
Yeah, but Patrick, I still have Patrick for the win. I wouldn't be overly surprised. Mark does have some things structurally on him, and I think overall some poses he looks a lot thicker. Patrick's very, very complete. Great physique on this guy. Put himself on the map this past couple of weeks, because up until now, I guarantee you, outside of Europe, very few people knew who this guy was. Oh, there goes the stream again. Lionel went to McDonald's. Yeah, we already said that. Yeah, come on, new jokes. We need new jokes. You guys want to hear
He's probably home by now.
You want to hear a your mother joke while we're waiting?
Go on then.
Sure you do. Your mama's so dumb. She stared at a glass of orange juice for 12 hours because it said concentrate. Yeah, that was a good one. That's all I got.
I only know a really crude one, which I won't say here.
Too bad. Thiago Neves, Patrick's back is very shallow. Overall, his best, but lacking in the back department. Yeah, when they say shows are won from the back, what they're referencing is that's a lot of times guys look incredible. Everyone looks great from the front, and then they turn around and you see, he needs more back. He needs more back. It's very rare that they're missing anything from the front, but from the back, you see hamstrings lacking, you see back lacking very, very often. The posterior chain, as Giles likes to say, not the anterior chain.
Okay, we're back.
Okay. Your local
next, Mark?
Anyone have the results for Classic Bodybuilding Family? It was Wesley Vissers first, Valerie Enchev in second, Christian Zagarella in third. I missed fourth, and fifth was Craig Morton. So yeah, sorry.
This is Sirhan.
Oh.
Sirhan shot Bobby Kennedy. This is a different guy.
Pretty sure it's not this guy.
Nobody even knows who Bobby Kennedy is watching this. John F. Kennedy's brother.
No, the guy, one of the competitors on the list is named Sirhan.
No, this is him. I know.
It's him. Do you know what? This is the best I've seen him.
I don't remember seeing him before.
I think I saw him in Spain last year when we did the live stream. I saw him do Romania. Yeah. He's done a few shows. I've seen him on stage a few times, and he's He always looks good, but he kind of gets like 10th, 11th. But I think he's going to get a good placing. He's got top 5 by the looks of it. 5th, maybe.
I think he's going to be 4th place here.
4th or 5th, yeah. Him or the Egyptian guy.
I'd have him ahead of the Egyptian guy. I mean, the rear delts looked kind of weird in some of the side shots, but his front double was crazy. Condition looked great.
Why the rear delts though? Why put it in there?
I don't know, John. Maybe you run out of places to put stuff. Sahan, so he qualified 2 times. Damn, he's dry. Yeah, he's in pretty damn good shape. Yeah, this guy says Sahan ahead of Jamie, in my opinion. I could make the, Milos is going to kill me, but I could see that possibly, unless you're going to shut him down for the delts.
Right, I can see the rear delts in his front in his most muscular.
Yeah.
It pokes right out. It looks weird.
So they have this camera is just stationary. It's not, I don't think anybody's actually attending it, or else they would be like swiveling. They would be going to the left and right. It's
a phone on a tripod.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is. Yeah, one angle.
Well, this is damn good quality for a phone, wouldn't you say?
I think so.
Pretty good.
Yeah. This D needs to go low in oil from his rear delt, so his gas prices go down. Are you guys still thinking Patrick is winning? I mean, he's either first or second. Mark could win.
Yeah. Flip of a coin, isn't it?
But don't jump down my throat. It could be either one. I think you can make an argument for either guy.
Mark's got a better structure, but Patrick is just in better condition.
Speaking of Mark, here he is.
Being filmed, Joseph Flynn. This is being filmed on a Nokia 500. Is that a joke or is that
real? Yeah.
Is that an old model? I don't even know if a Nokia